Day one of taking steroids and not working out while drinking 24 beers every single day.
Bro is a she. He looks like a girl, guys, and he's on Tren. It isn't good. Coach Greg, and in today's video, you're not going to believe this, or perhaps you are in 2026. It's the year of the degenerate. His name is Booze Bag Fitness. His actual name is Peter Mo. He's kind of like a Peter Griffin, or at least he talks like that.
Am I too fat to ride?
No, you don't seem to be.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is day 2 of doing gear, not working out, and seeing if I can still get ripped.
He's an alcoholic, admittedly, drinking up to 24 drinks of alcohol each and every day, while at the same time abusing performance-enhancing drugs. Many people, including myself, has been following this guy to see how moronic he is. I thought he was faking it. And so he posted a video saying he was going to get his blood work done to see how healthy or unhealthy he was. And so I wrote a comment, I DM'd him and said, "Can you give me your blood work?" And so he responded saying, yes, he gave me the blood work and I've gone over it. And I can safely assume that he's not bullshitting about his use and abuse of performance-enhancing drugs, as well as abuse of alcohol. And so in this video, we're going to go over how stupid is he really and what are the effects.
What's up, everyone? Today is day 1 of taking steroids and not working out. Gonna see if I could get ripped. We're about to do a physique check. But basically, I made a bet at the start of this year that I could get in the best shape of my life while drinking 24 beers every single day. It's about getting bigger, stronger, most importantly, looking more ripped, having a lower body fat. And 2 months in, and I figured I'm not liking working out at all, but someone online told me I could just take juice. They sold me some stuff. Don't really know all the details of what it is, but we're going to figure out if I can literally not work out whatsoever and still get in better shape. So here's the starting point. What we're looking at, it's really not bad. But if I can, build off of this, I'm going to do, daily check-in.
Looking over his physique, I'm agreeing with him. It really isn't that bad. He looks kind of average. There's no actual muscle there to behold. He isn't even really fat. He's the typical average Joe. I had to know, what exactly is his cycle? I mean, is he just using HRT or is he blasting everything? And so he writes 150 Tren and 400 tests since March 1st, but the first 2 weeks, I was only on 75 milligrams of Tren. He also accidentally did his PCT the first week before realizing that that was incorrect. In case it's relevant, he had no idea about anything related to performance-enhancing drugs other than the fact that he thought it would help him to get jacked and to help him to win the bet. And so the PCT post-cycle therapy, it's supposed to be done after cycle's over. He did it at the start. And so does anyone trust the fact that this guy knows what he's doing?
I'm just experimenting. I'm just trying to see if I can get jacked. And everyone's like, I need to be on a perfect protocol, and I let it get to my head about whatever. That wasn't the point of this. The point is just to stick it in and see what happens. And I'm busy and I'm drinking.
And so when he says 400 tests and 150 Tren, how do we know it's not 150 tests and 400 Tren? He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know the compounds that he's taking. He doesn't know anything about steroids. Essentially, he has a bunch of bottles and says, take this to get big. And that's all he knows, and I'm not kidding.
50 milligram injection of the Tren. I do it every 2 to 3 days. The guy said if you want to do it every 2 days, it'll up it a little bit more, so I'll probably start doing it every 2 days. I was doing it every, 2 days, then 3 days, then 2 days, then 3 days. Now I'm going to start doing it every 2 days just to juice it up a little bit. Then it's 400 a week for the TRT.
I asked him, is that all that you're taking? He added a little bit more. And so he says, I'm taking a ton of supplements, but no anti-estrogens, I don't think. I added GHK-Cu and Caber about 10 days ago. And so GHK-Cu is for your hair, your nails, your skin, that type of thing. I'm actually taking it right now because I had a hair transplant. And cabergoline, essentially that is to control your prolactin from, for example, if you're taking Tren and or Deca, but he probably doesn't need it.
Come on. Come on. All right, number 2, the cycle. I'm actually taking half as much as I said I was taking. The information I had was wrong, and I realized that because I have way more left. than I thought I did. And I did the math again, and I was just injecting half the amount that the guy told me to be injecting. So good news is I'm not taking that much, and I get to dial it up. So excited about that. Probably just gonna start doubling down like tomorrow, I guess.
I mean, he has no idea what he's doing. And so essentially, he perhaps stood outside of a gym and waited for the biggest guy to come out and said, hey, I got $500, sell me something. I want to get jacked and I'm not going to work out. And he said, hey, well, this is what I got on me. Here you go. That's essentially the extent of it. He doesn't have a coach. He doesn't know exactly what he's doing. And he's not even working out. In case you're thinking he was faking it, as when I first started watching him, I'm thinking he's probably faking the test, the trend. He's faking the alcohol. But you can see from his blood work, testosterone total, 1961. Normal range is, you can see it's from 250 to 1100. Mine is roughly in the 800s when I was on 140 milligrams of test a week. He's clearly taking much more than that. And so it lines up. First, we can look at the cystatin C and EGFR and see here's the problem. Many of you are thinking it's in the green and so it's good. It's not how it works. If he was in the red, he would essentially be dying or almost there right now. What these numbers indicate is he's well on his way. It's way worse than it should be at his age. If he was 84 and he had these numbers, it's all right. It's in the green. You're 84. Bro is in his 20s. Essentially, just to keep this simple, he has a fucked up kidney. It's either chronic kidney disease or it's an acute kidney injury. It's one of the two. It isn't good. I don't want to make this lightly. And if he hasn't been told to get off of the alcohol or at least taper off, because if he were to cut off his alcohol like that, he could go into withdrawals and it could be very, very dangerous. Sometimes when you're addicted to certain substances, to suddenly have it taken away from you, you're going to shake, you're going to convulse, and it can, in fact, be fatal. Next, let's look at the SHBG. It's 36, which is actually very good. And you're thinking, well, how is that possible? Isn't bro on Tren? Isn't he on test? Well, when you're drinking alcohol and it's hurting your liver, it's actually increasing SHBG. He looks very estrogenic and he has not sent in his estrogen. But if he were to show that, I believe it would be through the roof. This isn't normal. It isn't good. Just because it's in the green, you can't say, oh, alcohol is amazing. It's helping me out because my SHBG is normal. No, bro, this is bad. And so the first thing I want to take notice is his bun is at 28. This is in the red. Now, red, that's obviously bad. If it's in the green, doesn't mean it's good. And so because his urea is at 28, it could indicate an acute kidney injury. It also could be because of the dehydration. As you know, alcohol, it's a diuretic. It's going to have you peeing more often than last time. Or he could just be breaking down way too much protein from drinking too much alcohol. Next, notice that his sodium is actually very low. It's in the red. This is not normal. It's 133. Sodium could be very low because he's retaining a lot of water. It could be from heart failure or perhaps liver disease or even kidney disease. And previously we've seen that his kidney and liver probably not all that good. He is, after all, an alcoholic. Next, he might be suffering from diarrhea and a little bit of visiting the bathroom for number 3. I can't say the word when things come out of your mouth. This could be causing this. And third is pseudohyponatremia. And so he has false low sodium in blood due to other osmoles in his blood. These would in fact impair the lab testing sensitivities. And so we do know he is not hyperglycemic. All the other osmoles in his blood do not show that he's hyperosmotic. It could be perhaps dehydration or vomiting or diarrhea, but I've watched all of his videos and he hasn't mentioned that. And so if it isn't that, well, what else could it be? Well, this is what it could be. We can see he has low sodium levels. They're in the red. And because of that, he either has heart, liver, or kidney disease. And we can conclude this only by assuming he's not having diarrhea or that he's not dehydrated. Let's look at his red blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit. It's all in the red. It's elevated. It's going to have a slower, sludgy, thick blood. It's going to eventually lead to a heart attack and or a stroke. You can't have levels like this. And remember, he's taken a 2-week break. He got his blood work and he decided, I need to take a little break because his blood pressure 155.
Welcome back, everyone. It's day 51 of taking gear, not lifting, and seeing how big I can get. And a lot of people think I should quit now because my blood pressure is 155, but that's not going to stop me. Listen, no matter what you do, people are going to criticize you. Everybody's got some idea of what you're supposed to be like.
It was 155. He's thinking, I got to take a break for 2 weeks. He's slurring his words. He's waiting until it gets under 145, as if that's low enough. Bro needs to stop steroids forever. I mean, at worst, perhaps just take HRT. But based on this, does he want to short circuit his life? He wants to end it sooner than last time. And for what? To win some stupid bet? How much money is the bet? Is it $1 billion? Because it's not worth it. Oh, I'm going to win a bet that I can get more fit by the end of the year without training and abusing drugs. It makes no sense. No one would do this. To make matters worse, he doesn't even send his actual plate count. Do you see where it's blocked out in the green with the little chat box? I can't even read it. That number would indicate how far along he is on his liver disease. Not to mention, he's not showing the results of his liver function test. And so imagine drinking alcohol, abusing steroids, and then not getting that and showing it to me. Like, what is the purpose of getting blood work if you're not going to look at the most important results? I mean, it would be like going to AlgoRx, which you could click the link and use my name for savings of 10%, and you don't ask for all the most important information. Oh, I want to know if I need enclomiphene. And so you don't even test your testosterone level. Like, what would be the point? Oh, I have high blood pressure, but don't give me my systolic over diastolic. It wouldn't happen. Oh, I want to know if I'm a diabetic, but let's not measure my blood glucose. On his metabolic panels, he doesn't show his albumin levels. This is impossible. This would not happen. Why isn't he showing it? Why would you get all the tests and not want to show the actual results? Like, is bro coping? Is he trying to say, oh, I'm actually healthy, it isn't all that bad? Why not show all of the numbers? It's like when I do natty or nots and people say, here's my testosterone levels, and they don't show the LH or FSH. They miss out on the SHBG. Why are they trying to hide? I mean, think of it. Oh, my testosterone levels are 800. That's in the normal range, so I'm natty. Well, what about if you're on HRT? My testosterone levels are in the 800s, and I'm on HRT, and I'm not natural. And so they can hide their true results. But listen, I'm just doing a video. Do you really think it matters to me? You're the one abusing alcohol. You're the one drinking your face off, and you're the one who's going to die, not me. And so if you wanted me to actually help, you show me all of the numbers. I asked him yet again, do you have any other numbers to show me? He does not. There's some important information that we need in order to do a proper video. Would you be able to send what I asked here in terms of liver function test? Were there anything else that they gave you that could send over? I will email the lab to see if there's anything else, but the screenshots I showed you was the full report they sent me. Granted, this was new to me, so it may have been my fault in what I requested. Is he trying to hide something? Is he trying to hide it from me, from my fans, or from, I do believe it's his wife. I watched a video, he's saying, hey, my wife or ex-wife, trying to get her back. I had to promise to her that I'm going to stop abusing steroids. And so why is bro wishing all this on himself? I don't understand. It's 2026, the year of degeneracy. Why can't you just work out? Just lose the bet and go for a frigging walk. Paradoxically, we see his HDL is actually good. It's green, it's at 63, it's higher than mine. And so you're probably thinking, how is this possible? Alcohol increases the synthesis of HDL lipoproteins, while at the same time it decreases your LDL. But what it also does is it increases your progression to heart failure. Not to mention end-stage kidney and liver disease. And so just because his HDL and LDL are not as bad as it could be, it doesn't mean it's actually good. If he can't stop drinking alcohol, if he can't stop abusing steroids, we do believe that end-stage liver disease, it's what's going to kill him. And remember, he's already showing classic signs of someone with alcoholic cirrhosis. That being the hyperestrogenic state, we talked about this earlier in the video, and the hypervolemic hyponatremia. What he probably already has is portal hypertension, and this can lead to hemorrhoids in his esophagus, which could rupture eventually at any time and eventually bleed to death. And so is that what you want? Like, is it worth getting, 19,000 followers and trying to be funny and abusing steroids and alcohol, which for some reason people think it's not that big a deal? Like, replace alcohol with sniffing creatine or doing math. Like, It isn't good. It isn't healthy. It isn't funny. I personally have given up drinking alcohol almost 1.5 years ago. It's literally a class 1 carcinogenic. It's poison. And so why poison your body on a daily basis? What you need to do, if you're listening to this, or perhaps you're an alcoholic and you want to stop drinking, you're going to need some benzodiazepines. You're not going to be able to just use willpower to stop drinking. It's essentially like if you're addicted to food, you can't stop eating. You think you're just going to go on a diet and eventually it's going to work? No, you're probably going to need a GLP. For example, do you need Ozempic or tirzepatide? Now, if you need certain medications, go to AlgoRx. They have doctors that can prescribe you these things, whether it's in clomiphene, whether it's telmisartan, whether it's a GLP. Please go and talk to a doctor. If it's not AlgoRx, go to your own doctor. I want you to help yourself. And so the benzos can replace the alcohol so that you don't go and experience all those seizures. You're going to need something to help. Next, you could take acamprosates, which could increase the chance that you can actually stop drinking the alcohol. You are going to need some help. And finally, naltrexone, which can in fact reduce your cravings. I don't think you can willpower this out. I don't think you can just slowly taper down. You go from drinking, let's say it's 20 drinks a day to 15 to 10 to 9, 8, 7, all the way down to 1 and have no problem whatsoever and just willpower it out. I don't think you can do it to the same extent. I don't think that most people can just lose 300 pounds if they're morbidly obese. You need some help. And of course, you're going to be doing this under medical supervision. You can't even trust this guy to do a PCT after injecting steroids. He does it at the same time. We don't know when he's injecting, how much he's injecting on each day. He has no clue what he's doing. And so you can't trust bro to do this alone. And so please go and see your doctor. Go to AlgoRx, get your blood work done, and continue to monitor. You can't just go back on Tren and test and so on in 2 weeks thinking, oh, a 2-week break, that'll do it all. He actually is planning to do a bodybuilding contest, a natural one at that. I mean, if you haven't seen all his content, it is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Bro is like, well, I'm doing a natural bodybuilding competition in 3 months, and I think it's fair because, well, natural bodybuilders, they don't use steroids, but they train. And so me, I use steroids, but I don't train. And so we're equals. That's the logic that he's using. And so he shouldn't be competing in bodybuilding. He shouldn't be doing any of this nonsense. Bro should be trying to quit drinking alcohol, stop using performance-enhancing drugs, and walking, bike riding, being a healthy human being, perhaps lifting weights, going to the gym, and finding a freaking hobby. Start watching Coach Greg videos and change your life. And one more thing, none of this would have happened if Bro would have just went on GO2 Max and Turk Builder Platinum. And not to mention, alcoholics of anyone out there is going to notice the greatest benefit of GO2 Max because they are going to be depleted of NAD. And so if you do in fact take GO2 Max and you are an alcoholic, you will get the most benefit. Remember, older people such as Coach Greg, I'm getting older, I'm going to experience more benefit than perhaps a teenager. And so as you're aging, people drinking alcohol, this is what you want. And of course, rather than using steroids, you use the Turk Builder Max. Steroids is not worth it. Please stay natty. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you like. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 boops. Alter Ego is kicking in. It's a Panda HLT collab. I've only consumed 1 scoop and it's not even halfway gone. Well, perhaps a bit more than half. Got a bike race going on, 82 kilometers. Of course, using all the supplements. And so if you're interested, code Greg for 15% off. Algo is code Greg for 10% off. Get to the website. And if you're interested in getting coached by myself or my team, getting sponsored by HLT supplements or carrying all these amazing supplements in your gym and or your store, get to the link. And until next time, I am out.